We're building a custom patio for a customer. We've already demolished a pond that was in place. We've built new boulder retaining walls. We've performed a soil correction and got the base prepped. And now today we're going to be installing the actual patio. On the last video, they got the 375-pound stone stair installed. And what that means is now they have their elevation set that they can lay out the rest of the patio pavers. But before they can do any of that, they've got to get the base adjusted to make the elevations work out. With the Class 5 down and compacted, the sand is next. They use the screed rails to get the sand as close to 1 inch as possible. As Sam pulls backward on the board, Blaine fills in any low points or divots behind him. Interesting thing to note, once the sand is screeded out, it doesn't get compacted or messed with in any way, shape, or form. We don't touch it. The boys run out of sand for the paver base, and while Blaine is running to get new material, Sam starts to stack up the blocks, getting ready to lay them out.
Oh, that's a steep driveway at the end there.
The new material shows up just in time.
Nice.
This is screened sand, and the boys aren't worried about keeping the street clean. They're more worried about keeping their sand clean. They don't want any big rocks mixing in with their sand. They've got to use this for the sub-base material, and that means nothing, no contaminants are allowed. No rocks, nothing like that.
right, this bit is done. We're gonna 45 cut the corners here.
Before plunge cutting all the way through, he scores the line where he wants to cut the pavers. Now on this project, we've actually used a solid colored soldier course. The soldier course is the row of bricks that surround the entire patio. It just lends a different look to the patio, and it's something that I personally prefer, but every customer has a choice whether they want the soldier course to match or blend in. I guess matching and blending in would be the same thing, or stand out, like in the case of this patio. As the patio gets wrapped up, the site needs to be cleaned up. With the sand swept into the joints, it gets one final compaction to settle all of the aggregate in. To keep from scuffing the top of the pavers, there's a rubber flap that actually connects to the bottom of this packer. If you don't happen to have a packer that has that option, you can always use old scraps of carpet. This is the first packer we've ever had that's actually had that as an option.
Gosh, that thing is nice. All right, after using this Tomahawk packer for a few minutes, I really like it. I actually really like it. The only thing I don't like is there's not a throttle control up on the handle, but that's not a super big deal. This along the front, it actually has a sprayer. So say you're trying to pack some real dusty class 5 or something along those lines, it'll help keep the dust down. That was pretty funny. Blaine and I picked up some carpet squares for this job for the other packer, put on the bottom of that, and then Stan got us this like a day later. Perfect. We're all wrapped up. Here's what we got. This all used to be pond.
So this customer wanted an additional dry creek riverbed simply to catch all of the water that fell off from the roof line directly next to the patio. To do that meant we had to extend the retaining wall around the corner. That meant we had to cut the 45s into the patio to make sure that we didn't have the patio going out over the face of the retaining wall.
All right, well, homeowners are happy. So that's that. We're on to the next one. This next one's gonna be a doozy.
Sam's definitely not kidding on that one. And in fact, you'll see this video coming down the pipeline, but here's a little bit from Tim.
Alex had a little boo-boo with the ASV. Show you in a second here. So Alex! Hey, what happened to the ASV? You want to tell the story real quick?
Yeah, I was roller packing.
Well, you know what? We'll leave that story for the next video. God bless, go get them, and we will see you on another one.